So your question for today is, can you share a specific aspect of your culture that has impacted your life in one way or another? Could be positive or negative.
My parents come from Hong Kong, and so I've been really reconnecting a lot to my family.
I grew up in Montreal in Quebec, so I'm very aware of polarization.
You ready to start the interview?
Yes.
Okay. Can you please just start by introducing yourself?
So I'm Karuna Samuel, and this is Alfie, and this is Alfie's mom, Jinta Matthew.
Wow.
Yeah, and
a nice little family.
Thank you. Yeah, we're family friends. Yeah.
And where are you from?
So we're from India.
Originally from India.
Originally from India.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, I'm sorry, I forgot your
Karuna.
Karuna.
Yeah, it's a hard
I love
one.
your name.
Thank you.
What does it mean?
It means mercy.
Mercy.
In my language. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And that you speak
Malayalam.
Malayalam. So
Yeah.
you're from South India.
I am. Yeah.
You're
Kerala. From Kerala. Malayali.
I have my best friend is
Malayali.
too,
No
yeah.
way. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
My name is Wayne, and I was born in Edmonton. I used to live here, but I moved to Berlin 20 years ago. So I'm just back in Vancouver to visit my family
Okay, and you live in Berlin.
in Berlin.
Oh, I'm Frances Prowl, and I'm currently living in North Vancouver. I'm from, as I said, Montreal, Quebec.
Montreal, Quebec, yeah. Your question for today is, can you share a specific aspect of your culture that has impacted your life in one way or another? Could be positive or negative.
Okay.
And has kind of maybe shaped a certain thing that you do in your life, or has shaped the person that you are today.
My parents come from Hong Kong, and so I've been really reconnecting a lot to my family for the past few months. My father has a lot of photo albums, family photos, and I've been really exploring them and looking very closely at them and scanning them and making copies and asking different relatives what these photographs are about, because they're from the 60s, from the time before I was born.
Yeah.
And so it was at a time when people didn't have a lot of cameras, so it was kind of special and precious when they had cameras, and they took a lot more care with the photos that they took, and they preserved them.
Yeah.
So looking at my parents so young and so carefree before they even had kids was really amazing. And now, of course, they're much older, and my mother just passed away suddenly in May.
May she rest in peace.
And thank you. And so it's made it even more urgent for me to talk to them, to talk to my father now, who's left, and to my aunts, both my aunts, about the past and about their hopes of why they emigrated and what it means for my generation and the coming generations as well, and all the things that they did to sacrifice so that we could have a good future.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we come from a state and a country which has very strong cultural values and a lot of history and tradition in our country. But I think one of the main things that has shaped me, or like something that's come very strongly culturally, is the fact that we're very respectful. And I think it shows in just our interactions, regardless of who you're interacting with, like a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, or a 70-year-old.
Right.
But I think the part of like respecting others, and like, we know when we say namaste a lot, which is like bowing down and respecting the human being in front of you. So that for me is what stands out the most, like culturally.
And do you feel like at what age did you leave India?
I left when I was 21.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm 30 now. 31
Right.
actually. Yeah.
And do you feel like you were able to carry on this culture to here?
Yes, I have.
And
And I get a lot of people that do actually tell me that.
Okay.
But it comes very unconsciously, I think, because again, it's just a culturally imbibed value that comes. Yeah.
Yeah, and you felt like here it was. Do you feel like it's something that is common here in Canada, or something that is uncommon?
I would say it's more common. It's definitely more common. And I'm glad that I came to Canada because I see a lot of similarity that way.
Yeah.
Everyone's just so friendly and nice. So most people,
Very polite.
Yeah,
well-mannered.
exactly. Yeah.
And if there's one thing that you could share about your culture that maybe not a lot of people know, but it's something that you personally love, what is it, or what would it be?
Do you have anything?
Maybe something that people don't know, or something that you wish you could share more often, people could see more often.
I mean, I know we're such a diverse community,
Yeah.
but I think it's very known,
You
right?
hit the nail right there with what you said.
Right?
Yeah.
Regarding,
Diversity
and diversity, all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just actually having lunch over there, and we were talking about how in Kerala, like, they're very communally I don't know how to say it properly. Harmonious, thank you. Cultured people where like doesn't matter what religion you are, which part of Kerala you're from, like everybody gets along really well.
Right.
And that is something very beautiful.
And
like,
respect has a big part in
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
No worries.
I loved learning that. My
Thank
culture
you.
has that too.
Where are you from?
I'm from the Middle East. I'm
Oh,
Arab.
nice. Okay. Okay.
We were born and brought up in Dubai, as in me and my husband both were born and
Really?
brought up in
I was born and brought up in Saudi Arabia.
Oh wow. Okay.
Dubai. What a small world.
Right?
Yeah, I was born and brought up in Dubai, and so was my husband.
Yeah.
So, but we have a lot of, we've imbibed a lot of culture from
Yeah.
India, irrespective of the fact that we lived there and we were
Right.
raised there and all
Yeah.
that. I think our roots are
100%.
100%
Yeah.
from, you know, a lot of it is inspired from India or is from India or it's a combination of everything that is Middle Eastern and Indian
100%.
together.
And there's a lot of similarities
There's a lot
between
of
Indian
similarities
culture and
between
Middle
there.
Eastern
Yeah.
culture. It's
Exactly.
crazy.
It's
Yeah.
very similar.
It is,
We
like-
never felt like we were leaving, or because I was born in India, in Dubai, my parents never felt like they were leaving
India.
either.
Yeah.
It was very similar.
Very similar, and there's
Yeah.
such a level of respect
Exactly.
between. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Nice. Thank you guys.
Amazing interview. I hope you guys have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's like nice.
And do you find yourself trying to connect with your culture more often? And when you do you think that it's easy or hard being so far away from home and from that culture?
I was recently at a family event where one of the older relatives who I don't really know started speaking to me in Cantonese, and I was shocked to discover I could respond in Cantonese because I don't really speak it very well.
Yeah.
And so it made me really think, oh, there are parts of me that I need to rediscover,
Right.
including the language.
Yeah.
Right. And that are hidden very deep inside of me that I didn't really remember were there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it is very hard to do in Berlin because there's not many Cantonese speakers. I don't know any Cantonese speakers there.
Okay.
So being back here in Vancouver has been really great for that.
Yeah. And if there's one thing that you've learned recently or that you've rediscovered about your culture that has had significance to you or something that you want to explore and share, can you tell us what it is?
Oh, well, I guess the most important thing that I've been discovering again is like the importance of family.
Right.
And my grandmother was the first one to come over to North America, and she worked so hard to make sure that all 5 of her kids would end up coming overseas and landing in the same city. And as a result of that, all of us grew up in Edmonton, and we all know each other, right? Except for one pair of cousins who ended up in another country. And so now we're just connected for the first time.
Right.
With my cousins from Colombia, or with my cousin from Colombia.
Yeah.
And to discover that, there's a shared experience that we had,
Yeah.
right? And now we're finding that there's also weird like intersections and connections and coincidences
Yeah.
between us as well.
Wow. So the importance of family is something that you hold.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Wayne, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure hearing your story.
Okay.
And thank you for sharing it with us.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
So
Have
is
yeah.
this for our project?
Yeah,
or?
this is for like a project that we're both kind of working on. I can give you our Instagram and you'll probably see it sooner than later.
I don't have an Instagram.
You don't have an Instagram? Then it's okay.
Do you have maybe a card that describes the project?
I can give you our, we have like a poster. Yeah, do you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay, I can just airdrop the poster.
Okay.
And you can maybe like, I don't know.
Don't remember how to do this. I haven't done this in a...
It's up here. Yeah, there you go. Let me airdrop
I grew up in Montreal and Quebec, so I'm very aware of polarization.
that. Of what?
Polarization.
Polarization.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cultural polarization. Everything was set before. It was the church, and the school system was secular. You had to be Protestant, or you had to be Catholic, and then you had to be English speaking, or you had to be French speaking. It was the complete opposite of what society, I believe, should be like.
Really?
I think so.
What do you believe it should be like?
I think we shouldn't be tribal. We should all belong to the same group. We're all supposed to be humans,
Right.
and we should respect everybody.
100%.
Yeah, so because I was so affected by that environment.
Right.
I'm so judgmental when I watch television. I'm so judgmental. All you see is males, I have to admit. carrying guns and because they belong to a different tribe and they want their tribe to win, and that we're not doing a good job. Humans are not doing a good job.
Yeah, you think we should be a lot more accepting, would you say?
Absolutely. I think we should give tax credits for interracial marriages, so there'll be no more things as race.
Right.
We'll all be the same. And the hell of the church.
And where did you learn that mindset? Like you said that you were very affected by that polarization, but you've shifted your mindset.
I think it's a question. Everybody changes dramatically when they get old.
That's true.
When you're brainwashed by your families. It takes a long time to overcome that.
That's true.
And start seeing the world with your own eyes.
Yeah.
And it's not a nice world, you see.
It's not.
Also, before we were more innocent then because I predate television.
Right.
Now you see what the whole world is like, and they're all the same.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
It's all the same. So you preach more acceptance.
For sure. Oh, I also joined for my daughter's sake. I wanted her to have some association, because everyone's asked what the religious associations are. So we joined the Unitarian Church.
Yeah.
Because that preaches that same idea.
Yeah.
We're all the same.
Right. Yeah.
So that's where I come from. But I guess everyone my age comes from that place.
Right.
I suppose.
You know, I agree with you. I think that a lot of, or a couple years ago or a time ago, polarization was so normalized. And I think now people are kind of opening their eyes more and being a lot more accepting, and that culture of just do what you want as long as you're happy, as long as you're not harming anyone.
Exactly. Do no
harm and then do whatever you want.
Absolutely.
And that culture is beautiful.
Thing.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Now you must go forth and multiply.
Yeah.
I think I came from the Bible. I'm not sure. I don't know where I got that.
No, I agree with you. That's such a beautiful mindset to have.
Okay.
And we need more of it.
So I'm glad we're having this conversation.
Me too.
This is a wonderful opportunity.
Right?
Hey. Win-win. Thank you. Can I hide behind you?
I think 3 minutes wouldn't make it.
Well, then it's your choice. Do whatever you feel comfortable.
Yeah, I just thought that you would ask simple questions,
Okay.
yes, no,
Oh,
where
okay,
you're
okay.
born, like this kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah, culture shaping is much more complex.
Yeah. So that's okay. If you don't have anything, you can feel free to go about your day.
So if you have an easier question, I can certainly answer
Well,
that.
I don't, sadly.
Oh, no.
That's the theme that we have going on for the week.
Okay.
So I'm sorry about that.
Okay, I wouldn't be able to answer you.
okay.
Easily, I wouldn't be able to answer you.
Yeah. Okay. It's
And
okay.
I even, there was a census recently by the Canadian government that asked very much the same question.
Really?
Yeah. Not the Canadian government, the BC government.
Okay.
Yeah. BC census, and they asked very much that kind of question. How
Really?
your background influence the way
Wow.
you feel about different cultural groups.
Right.
So you see,
It's a very
your question is appropriate, but
Yeah.
it's not an easy one to answer.
true. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you
Well,
so much.
Okay.